Today I want to talk to you about the number one thing you can do to improve your score on the SAT or the ACT. Standardized tests get a bad reputation as whether or not they actually test what a student can do. And some of that's deserved. Does the one test score really represent the student's scholastic achievements? Probably not. But you have a huge advantage on a standardized test that you wouldn't have on an essay test or a short answer exam where you'd have to actually write out the test and the scores are a lot more subjective. On a standardized test, you have multiple choice questions. The answer is one of those 4 or 5 possible answer choices. It has to be. That's what makes it a standardized test. And you can use that to your advantage. The number one thing you have to do is change your mindset. Don't worry about how do I figure which one of these is right. If that gets you to the right answer, fantastic. But if you get stuck, if you're not sure about how to answer a question, then you can use the answer choices and you can think about which one is right and use that to figure out how to solve a particular problem or how to narrow down your answer choices. Let's look at what I'm talking about. If you look at the SAT sections break down into 52 multiple choice questions for reading, 44 multiple choice questions for writing, 58 total questions for the math, 45 of which are multiple choice. You have one essay question for a total of 155 questions, 141 of which are multiple choice, all of which are 4 answer choices. We look at the ACT, 75 questions for the English section, 60 questions for the math, 40 for the reading and science, one more essay question for a total of 216 questions, 215 of which are multiple choice. For the vast majority of the questions, they've given you the right answer. One of those has to be right. The trick for you is to figure out which one. Let me show you what you can do. Let's say you're looking at a math problem and you have a bunch of triangles involved in the math problem. So when you look at those triangles, you're not exactly sure what to do. You know maybe, this is a simple one, but you know maybe you need to figure out what the measurement is of the triangle. And all they've told you is that this is a 30 and this is a 45-degree angle. But when you look at the answer choices, you notice that the answer choices have a root 2 and a root 3 in them. Well, that can be a big signal to you that if you draw a line right here and create for yourself your own 45, 90-degree angle and your own 30, 60, 90-degree triangles, that those two triangles can get you to the answer and you can figure out what the answer's probably got to be. Especially with the root 3, which is going to tell you, it's going to help you find your base. It can help you find your height. You can use that to your advantage. Look at the answer choices. Another one that happens is when you look at the English and the writing sections. For the English for the ACT, the writing for the SAT. You'll see a lot of times in the answer choices, what they'll do is answer choice A will be no change, then answer choice B will be semicolon and, answer choice C will be and, comma, and answer choice D will be comma, and. And you'll look at that and think, wait a minute, they're clearly testing whether or not I understand, should I use semicolons or commas, and where should I use them? So it's not so much about how do I use a comma correctly, but when you look at the sentence that came from, which one of these is right? Here's a hint. Semicolon and is never right, and comma is almost never right. So most likely, it's either, is it two things being connected with a compound conjunction, or is it a series or a compound sentence? Coordinated conjunction. Let me get my grammar term right. The same thing happens in the reading section. For a reading section, you'll often be able to eliminate 2 answer choices, neither of which make any sense at all for the passage, and you're just left with 2 other answer choices you have to figure out. The key thing about what makes the right answer right on the reading passage is looking at every word. Every word in the answer has to be accurate. I recently saw an answer choice that said that the authors knowingly did something. Well, in the passage, it very clearly said that what happened was unintentional, that it wasn't something they wanted to do. The rest of the knowingly answer looked really good. It was the result. The authors did do it, but that adverb of knowingly being inserted into the answer choice made that particular answer choice no good. Instead, the other answer choice that we were debating became clearly the better answer choice. 100% of the answer on a reading answer choice has to be accurate. The same is true of the science section on the ACT. If you find one thing that is inaccurate, that answer choice can't be it. Use the answer choices to your advantage. Use the fact that they've given you the answer choice on the vast majority of the test to help you speed yourself up, especially on the ACT, which is such a time-driven test, to speed yourself up in answering questions. I hope that helps. Let us know if you have any questions or comments. Comment on the page. Please like our Facebook page and contact us if you'd like to find out more about how we can help you improve your scores on the SAT, ACT, or help you get ready with your college applications. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.